Hey guys, it's me, Gabriel, coming to you with that evening spark. The gift you give. I know in this world, it seems like it can be a lonely and dark place without a friend to be had. When a friend is all that much more what we could need. And it seems like it's a troubling life we all live. And I have often wondered and pondered this. Suffered through it just as much as you guys have, to be sure. I've had my lonely days more than I would care to count. But in that time, I smile. Now I smile. Because I see it for what it is. Not just the loneliness, but the lives we live. See, I think the reason so many of us are bummed out, are saddened, and feel like we're going nowhere is because we're trying to live a life that won't lead us anywhere. And it's not a matter of what you do. That's not the important part. Much of this world is irrelevant. You know, there's plenty of people who are rich and are depressed. Just as there are people who are poor and they're happy. So the money, the things of this world are not the things that are the necessary indicators and determiners of our happiness. But it is the gift we give. This may very well be appropriate in light of the coming holidays. But I think even more importantly, when we realize what our purpose in life is, not to try to get all these things, these accomplishments, these what have you, but rather to give that gift of love, of forgiveness. And it makes life a whole lot cooler. Because in your thought, and your connected consciousness, because we are all one, we are all connected, we are all together. In your mind, you can give that gift of love to each person. You can set out to do that. Don't let the world run you over, but rather take on each day. When you step out that door, wherever it may be for you, you step out with a purpose. But it has to be more than just getting a paycheck, just going to work, just doing that external thing, but about what can I give today? And it stems from this unity of thought, this joining of minds together through the Christ, be able to see the face of Christ in everyone and everything, so that the Holy Spirit then can teach through us to each other. So it's not about what we can get in life, but it's about what we can give. I find that I am the happiest and filled with a deep and great abound of joy when I'm giving and not expecting anything in return. Not necessarily thinking, oh, they need to respond in this kind of way or that kind of way, but just loving them. Because what you ask for is what you're going to get. And in the message that you send out in kind, in that same language, will return. So if you see your brother as a shameful, guilty, miserable person, perhaps it's unto you to change your thought about him. Okay, are you attesting his guilt or his innocence? And do you have faith enough to hear the message that God has planted in him to be seen and heard? They themselves may not know it, but through the love we give, we can let that be seen. And the world needs your gifts, my friends. It needs your innocence, and it desperately does. This world is too tired and too worn out and has sought after a pointless and purposeless life and goals that lead nowhere. But let us now unto us show them a truer way, a way to help restore that memory of God to each and every one of us. By every gift you give, you help give a little bit of that memory of God, that reawareness of of the Christ within each and every one of us. And that's a beautiful thing that you can get free of charge, people. And you don't worry about what the day may bring, because you give it unto love. And if you've done that, fear is nowhere to be seen, and you are able to then return to peace and return to love, where you rightfully and purposefully belong, as we all do. And we will keep on doing that day by day. Don't think of it as fruitless, but just keep at it with that joy. What can I give? It's exciting when you look at it like that, even when you're sitting by yourself. So that's what I got for you. So I wish you well, and Godspeed. Peace.